Hey, Sascha Kloeber here. You still remember my We Were Young remix? 5 years ago it was released on Spinnin Records. Since then it goes around the world, was sold and streamed many million times. It was Song of the Day on BBC One, played in many radio stations, MTV, played by the biggest DJs like Tiesto. You still remember it? There are a lot of secrets to tell. I want to tell you 10 funny, interesting and secret facts about the song. Here we go.
The first fact, of course, the vocals are from Selah Sue. It's taken from her song I Truly Loved Ya. Many people asked about that, and a lot of people talked about it in the comments on YouTube, and they were right. Of course, it's Selah Sue. Why? I'll tell you later. At the same time, on the same label, on Spinnin, there was a quite similar release, because the name was We Were Young. It was really successful, and many people thought my remix was a remix from them, and this would be the original song. But they have nothing in common except the name, and if you look on the comments, many people say my version is really boring because it's not that EDM and big room style. But at this moment, Deephouse music was really unknown and not usual on Spinnin. If you look on the comments on YouTube, many people ask what kind of music style this is. One of the biggest questions in this time was, it's a remix from what? Where's the original? Who is SRTW? Who is it? Where is the artist? And the truth is, it didn't exist. There was no artist like that. It was my version, and I put this as placeholder before for maybe later productions, and took my name in the remix name. Yeah, and this was a really problem, because many radio stations wanted to play it, and they asked, okay, it's nice, but we want to have a look on the original song. It's a remix from what? And when they heard there is no original song, they many stations said, oh no, we don't want to play because it's a strange thing and we don't want to support that, and there are a lot of questions, and it's not a good idea to play it. Sorry about that. Well, when I did the mixdown, the final mixdown from the song on my computer created one arrow in the song. It's not unusual. I thought I will do it again and will fix it. And at this moment, I thought, nope, I won't. I'm sure no one will hear this computer-generated arrow in the song. By the way, it's exactly on minute 4, so you can listen and have a look if you recognize it, if you can hear it. And at this moment, I thought, no one will ever hear it. And I should be right. And by the way, later they create a video on it. For me it looks really strange and doesn't fit to the song. Anyway, but they didn't have a short version, and they so did a really deep cut. You can hear it extremely on 1 minute and 40 seconds. It doesn't make sense. I'm sure everyone will recognize it. A small fun fact, when Martin Garrix started his show, on the really first episode, on the first show, after the intro, he put my remix in the background. So it was the really first music on the Martin Garrix show. When I was asked to do the remix, I listened and said, sorry, I'm not interested about. Okay, so now the real story about the song, or remix, or edit, or whatever it was. Someone had the right to took 10 seconds from the song Selah Sue, Truly Loved Ya. Something about after 1 minute from the original song, and this person had the right from Warner Music, and he asked a lot of producers to do a song from that 10 seconds snippet. and I listened to nearly 20 remixes or versions from it, and there were some mixes from really well-known producers. And as I said, I listened and I said, sorry, and I don't want to do the next version. I'm not interested. But when they finally get for them the best version and showed it to me, and I listened. At this point, I was so disappointed that I said to them, okay, give me 24 hours and I will show you what is possible to do with this original sound snippet. Because I had a lot of ideas at that moment, and I thought there could be so much more. They say, yes, of course, try it, send something tomorrow. So I went into my studio and downloaded the original song from Selah Sue from iTunes as MP3, put it in my sequencer, and 24 hours later there was nearly 80% finished from my version, and I sent them to them and they said, yes, that is the version we wanted to release. That's what we searched, and took some days to finish it completely, and this was my only motivation to show it's really getting better than what you have at this moment. I didn't thought about releasing or money or anything else. I just wanted to show there's more possible. And the last, and for me one of the most surprising facts, is it was never completely released. The truth is, Spinnin is not the owner. The owner was someone else, and they gave Spinnin only the right to release it on Beatport. You know that? It's where you can buy MP3, it's for DJs or something like that. It was one of the best-selling tracks on Spinnin at that time, and on the Beatport charts for many months, something like that. But it was not in iTunes, it was not on Spotify, and all the things like that. And the most important thing, it never was released for compilations. So there are 3 or 4 something compilations who put the song on it, but as far as I know, it was without the right. There were many requests for do it on many compilations, but there was a big problem. For me, it looks like the owner, I know the owner wanted to sell it on major labels like Sony, Warner Music or something like that, and they were interested. And for me it sounds like they wanted too much money, they played like poker, and they lost it. So someday it was too late, and after all the hype was over, the label called Superstar Records put it on Spotify and iTunes, and the rest is history. So you see, there happened really strange things. It's not what it seems to be at the first moment. And when you look behind the scenes, there's much more to tell. But after all, I'm really happy with the song, with this remix. There were many well-known producer or manager or something like that get in contact with me and wrote me and phoned, and I blocked mostly all of them. I wanted to go in underground and techno, and don't want to get in the hype. But it started, for me it was the entry in writing songs for other people, for other artists. It's called Ghost Production, and for me all is fine. I love it to read when people writing from all over the world, where still today hear and listen to the song in radio, bars, disco, clubs, beach or something like that. And many people writing me that this song, We Were Young remix, was an important part of one of the summer or in their life or something like that, and I like that. That makes me happy, and all fine. I hope you like some views behind the scenes, and feel free to give me a thumb up if you liked it, and maybe you want to follow me on Sascha Kloeber, KLOEBER.de. You can follow me on Instagram or Facebook or all the things like that, or Spotify, and I hope to hear from you. Bye bye.